you hate the thought of working past 55 or 60? Do you hate not being able to live the life you deserve today? Do you hate not knowing what your financial future looks like? It's time to stop doing what you hate. Here's your host, Mr. Harold Green.
Hello, everybody. This is Harold Green of Braintree Financial Group, man, and it is time to stop doing what you hate. I hope you are having a fantastic week. As always, I'm doing pretty good. A little bit tired today. It was a very early day for me. As a matter of fact, it's been an early day for me almost every day this week because of some personal decisions that I've made to make some changes in my life. And I'm always about making changes and making adjustments because you have to in order to get to where you really want to be. I mean, you can't keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results because, as they say, that is the definition of insanity. So I want to talk to you guys today a little bit more about the Rapid Retire program. It's a program that I built some years ago that can help put a person in position to walk away from their jobs a lot sooner than they normally would. And I'm going to share with you guys today why I think that's so important for you to be in position to be able to walk away and have your own freedom more so than ever before. But before I get into that, I want to kind of tell you something that happened to me this week, and I'm a little bit excited about it. But it's one of those things where you got to be careful what you wish for. You got to be careful what you wish for. You got to be careful what you are trying to achieve, and you got to be careful what you set your eyes on and what you set your heart on. Because when I tell you, the law of attraction is very powerful, and you can attract things into your life that that you don't necessarily want. But I'll just kind of get into it. It's always been my childhood dream to have a super nice car, a sports car with a loud stereo system in there, a loud exhaust system. That's been my childhood dream. Ever since I was in high school, I used to work hard and try to build my own stereo systems and things like that. And I think I shared with you guys some time ago, I ended up picking up a Porsche Cayenne Coupe last year. And it was a gift to myself for just working hard all these years and getting stuff done and helping people and making a big difference in people's lives. And so, when I bought the car, I told my wife, I said, I really wanted to get the sport exhaust that Porsche has to offer. But I thought about it and I said, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait a while. I'm going to do my research. And I did that. And I finally bought an aftermarket exhaust system, and I had to ship it here from a foreign country and work with the U.S. rep to get the system here. It is one of the most phenomenal exhaust systems you'll find. And I was excited about it. And so I had Porsche install the thing. And boy, I tell you, when I got in, I crunked that thing up, man, it sounded like it was a beast. I mean, a beast. It was loud. It wasn't obnoxiously loud, but it was powerfully loud. And it added a lot more horsepower just by changing out the exhaust and high flow cat systems. It was a really, really neat performance upgrade that I did to the car. But I can't start it up at 5 o'clock in the morning like I used to because it literally shakes the area. I mean, you can hear this thing when it starts up. It's just a super loud exhaust, like a Ferrari or any other, high powered performance car has a really loud roar when it starts up. So now I can't wake up at 5 o'clock. I don't feel good about getting up at 5 o'clock and starting this thing up and doing my morning routine. So I've had to change up my morning routine a little bit. And so I try not to start the car up until after 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning, when that way, everybody in the condo should be up and stirring and doing everything, especially when we have a lot of seniors where we live. So they're probably up at 4:30. But nevertheless, I decided to get up and not start the car, but to start taking a walk in the morning. Just try to spend my mornings taking a walk instead of driving to get my coffee and driving to my favorite spot. Now I walk there. It takes a little bit of time to get there, but now I walk. And I walk and I think and I, just kind of talk to myself. So, getting this exhaust system had some unintended consequences, but at the same time, it was a positive thing because I got to fulfill my childhood dream. And then at the same time, I also now get to get in a little bit more exercise. So sometimes I work out 2 a day. I walk in the morning and then I'll do a heavy weightlifting session in the afternoon, or a quick hitting, fast, high paced hit workout with weights and things like that. So I think it was a positive thing. But I say it all that to say this, again, you really got to be careful what you wish for because sometimes there's unintended consequences. And I want to talk about that in the Rapid Retire program. And so, are you guys and ladies and let me say ladies and gentlemen ready? All right, one, two, three, let's get it. So, the Rapid Retire program can put a person in position to retire 7 to 10 years sooner. You guys have heard me say that a gazillion times. And so, I was interviewing someone this week to become a potential client, and we went through all of the different things in the conversation, and it got to the point where I asked the magic question. If I was your advisor and I built this phenomenal plan that would allow you to walk out the door tomorrow, you tell your boss, you know what? I'm done, bro. I'm done. I'm out. We out. Peace. Deuces. Whatever. What do you do the day after? I said, what does your week look like? What time will you get up in the morning? And he said, I probably would just, sleep in. This is what a lot of people tell me. This is not, you know, some people are just so fed up and so frustrated of working hard all their life that, they just, oh my God, they just want to crash for a week or two and just kind of take it all in and just kind of assess, what just happened. And this is a very interesting thing because I've had clients begin to work with me and, they were doing okay financially, but we've just taken their finances to a whole different level to the point where, they can walk away from their jobs and never have to worry about money ever again. I mean, ever again, unless we do something stupid, which I pray to God and don't plan on doing. But what would you do? And so I want to talk to you guys about that. And you can put this in a question and answer format or I don't know, a brainstorming session or whatever you do, or food for thought kind of thing. Write it down on a piece of paper. And I want you to think about what your ideal day looks like if you were able to walk away from your job and you didn't ever have to work again and you had all this money. What would you do? Would you wake up and go exercise? Would you spend time with your wife? Would you volunteer? Would you, just spend time with the grandkids if you have grandkids? Would you travel? I want you to begin to start to think about your priorities and your possibilities because I'm going to tell you coming into a lump sum of money when you walk away at retirement is like winning the lottery. You could have $6 or $7 million, if not more, or you could have less, but still though, that's a lump sum that you're able to have and work with for the rest of your life. It's a really great feeling to be able to have that. But the question is this, what are some of the unintended consequences that you can think of that could potentially happen to you now that you've walked out the door? You're not working anymore. It's a good thing to be able to walk away and have your freedom. But I want you to think about some of the unintended consequences of doing that. Now, some can be positive, unintended consequences. You find more freedom to do different things, or now you have more time to get into things that maybe you should not be getting into, or things like that. Now you have more time to do things around the house, and so your spouse is now demanding more from you to do more things around the house, and that was not something you were used to. I want you to kind of think about that. And here's another thing to think about. What does your social aspect look like, especially for men? Because they say men die sooner than women, which is naturally true for a lot of different reasons that I won't get into. But from that standpoint, also men are not very sociable per se, because studies have shown that men are out there working and they're doing the things that they do, and they don't talk as much as women do. I heard a stat the other day that said men on average probably use about 10,000 words a day, whereas women on average use about 50,000 words a day. I don't know where that study came from. I probably want to go do more research on that, but men are just not like that. There may be a poker night here or there, but most powerful executives, they're not out there, just socializing all the time because they're getting it in, they're getting work done. And so if you were able to have some good friends that you hang out with and you do things with, and you can kind of carry that on into retirement, that's going to help to serve you well. But if you don't, it's going to lead to a shorter life. So I want you to kind of think about the social aspect of your life as well. And so again, now you have this money, you have this time on your hands. What are you going to do with the time and the money that you have? What are some of the good things that you can do to put your money to use, to put your time to use, in order to continue benefiting society in a phenomenal way. These are some of the things I want you to think about because rapid retire is a very, very real thing. And I'm not going to talk too much about that today, but I just wanted to drop this on you real quick for you to have something to think about this week. Because a lot of people, when I ask them that question, what are you going to do with this time and money? They say, well, I don't know. That's a very bad thing. They say, maybe take up a sport, maybe get a hobby. Well, I want you to have a little bit more meat on the bone for that versus just having that thought or that idea. I want you to come up with an action plan, come up with some steps, come up with something that's real and not like a wish list kind of thing. Because I tell you, you get out there into retirement, a lot of times people end up going back to work because they're bored. They don't know what to do with their time. Sometimes they don't want to deal with grandkids, and the kids don't want to be dealt with like that. They don't mind having you in their life, but they don't want to overpowering grandparent, like a helicopter grandparent telling them how to raise their kids. And so sometimes you get too much time on your hands. You could potentially end up like that, especially if you were a type A person. I've decided that, when my kids have kids, I'll be a part of their life, but I'm not going to be there babysitting and doing all these things and all the things that I've seen that are not helpful in bringing kids up the right way. And so sometimes there can be too many opinions and the kids just, they get confused with which way is actually the right way. So, I want to be a partner with my kids and raising their kids, but not to the point where I'm trying to tell them what to do. And because I've had my shot at raising my kids. And so I just wanted to put that out there for you folks. And so again, Rapid Retire is a real program. We can do some very powerful things with this program if you put it to work and you put it to use. If you're a current client and you're listening to me right now, I want to say thank you for being on board. And more than likely, you're already in the program. But if you're not in the program and you think that you want to sign up and be in it, then, let me know. But for the most part, a lot of my clients are already on their way to being able to walk away from their jobs, walk away from their careers, and to be able to do something that they really want to do, something that makes them happy, something that makes them tick, something that just makes life all the more enjoyable. And so I want to offer you the opportunity to sit down with me and talk about your plan and then see if we can turn that from a regular financial plan to a rapid retire plan. And there's no cost to talk to me. It's absolutely free. You get 1 hour of my time for free. And if you want to have me analyze your plan and then see if you want to do it on your own, that's fine. I charge $375 an hour for that. And like I said in the past, that's just for now. So we can figure out where you are today to help you get to where you really want to be. So I want to say thanks for tuning in this week. Hopefully you're having a great week and the holidays are right around the corner. And hopefully everyone has everything that they ever wanted and that their kids are going to get the things that they want. And I'm just really looking forward to the holidays and just kind of getting some downtime and being able to hang out with my kids here and there and hang out with some friends and get caught up. And so until next time, everybody, I want you to stay happy. I want you to stay healthy and I want you to get whole. All right. So until next time, 1, 2, 3, let's get it.
This is thepodcastfactory.com.